Shady or not? Is it shady that she doesn't want to buy Christmas gifts for her brother-in-law's stepkids? I mean, at some point, you do have to draw a line on how many presents you're getting for everybody in the family, right?
Yeah, but if it's your brother-in-law's.
Brother-in-law's stepkids. So there's zero blood, right?
So my husband's brother. So her husband's brother, and it's his stepkid. So the woman he married. I mean, technically, it's your niece. It's your step niece and nephews.
Okay, let's read the email.
Hey, Bert, so I could really use your advice. I'm particularly interested in what Cassie and Kristen have to say as the mothers of the group. I would like to remain anonymous to protect the innocent. LOL. So I've recently made amends with my in-laws after almost a year of not speaking. Just a bit of background. My husband's brother, my brother-in-law, and I had a falling out that involved his new wife. My husband got involved and we both stopped speaking to his brother and his brother's wife. We've recently sat down with this brother and talked things out and are now on good terms with his brother, but still have not spoken to the wife. Here's where the advice comes in. Last Christmas, we sent Christmas gifts to my nieces and nephew like we always do. This was during the time when we weren't speaking to his brother, but we didn't want to take it out on the kids naturally because we have such a great bond with them. His brother and his new bride had recently given birth to a baby girl a few months prior, but since we hadn't spoken to him throughout the pregnancy, we had never met the baby. My initial thought was to only purchase gifts for my nieces and nephews that I had the relationships with, the kids from his previous marriage. After speaking with some friends, they told me it would be petty not to get the new baby a gift because she was still my husband's niece, even though we weren't speaking to his brother. I reluctantly bought a gift for the baby too and had all the gifts sent to my brother-in-law's house on Christmas. On Christmas Day, my husband and I received thank you texts from his brother. A few days later, my husband's mom, my mother-in-law, calls saying that they will be returning the baby's gift because we did not get his stepkids, his wife has 2 children from a previous relationship, gifts also. My mother-in-law explained that if we went out and bought 2 more gifts for the other 2 children, they would gladly keep the baby's gift. Of course, this really pissed me off, and I vowed to never purchase a gift for his brother and new wife's baby again. Obviously, this doesn't apply to my other nieces and nephews, just the child that they have together. It is important to know that they let my other nieces and nephew, my brother-in-law's kids from his previous marriage, keep their gifts. Now that we have settled things between his brother, Christmas is in a few weeks, and I want to know, is it shady to only buy gifts for my nieces and nephew from his previous marriage? I understand that they want things to be equal, but at the same time, with a blended family, things are never equal. I'm certain that my brother-in-law's stepkids are getting gifts from their dad's side of the family that the baby isn't getting. Since we still are not speaking to his wife, I really don't care to buy any of her children gifts. Christmas is expensive, and they have 8 children between the 2 of them. So I think it's unreasonable for them to expect everyone to buy gifts for all 8 children. I do not know the stepkids. I don't know their likes, their interests, and have only met them once when my brother-in-law first started dating his wife. The kids are young, all under the age of 5, and really won't know the difference. Should I buy gifts for all of the kids or only buy for my nieces and nephews like I do every year? My husband would be fine with buying gifts for any of the kids, but I see them all the time and I know they will ask why we didn't send gifts this year. Plus, I enjoy buying them gifts and spending time with them. Any advice you can give would be greatly appreciated.
You talk about an amazing example of the spirit of Christmas. Here it is.
I'm going to buy gifts for these children, but not these children.
I'll be honest with you. I'm having a hard time focusing now at the end of the show, so I only caught about 45 seconds of that. So talk amongst yourself.
Okay. So I think it's very petty. And I think it's very shady if you buy gifts for 2 of the kids and not the other kids. I know it can be expensive. And I mean, the only situation that I can use from my personal life that is somewhat similar is my girlfriends, and we're like aunties to all of these kids and stuff like that. But my thing is I send all the kids pajamas every year, Christmas pajamas. And one of my friends has stepkids. And they're a little bit older, so I don't send them pajamas, but I send them $15 Target gift cards because I don't want them to feel left out. They didn't do anything, and that's not fair to them. So what you're doing is you're taking your anger for your mother-in-law and for your sister-in-law out on these kids, and that's not fair.
I remember being a kid in a blended family, and I was the kid that was technically the step kid in the family. And I remember when my sisters would get gifts from my stepdad's side of the family, and I wouldn't. And I wasn't mad about it, but it did kind of make me feel like I wasn't a true part of the family like my sisters were. I remember always feeling like there was a separation there, and that was one of the reasons. So I think because I lived it, I don't know if I would call it shady, but I don't think it's the right thing to do because the kids have nothing to do with any of that. I get the logic in it, but if you're going to get gifts for one or two of the kids in the household, then I think the right thing to do is to get gifts for all of the kids in the household, regardless of their step or not.
Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
This is a ridiculous request by your brother-in-law. It is very unfair, and it is incredibly rude of them to return the baby gift. However, I'm excited for you because this is a big opportunity in your life. You have every right to feel angry and annoyed that you're going to have to dish out more money. This is an opportunity for you to have some personal growth and take the high road and do something different. You could acknowledge that you're annoyed and angry about it, and I would agree with you, but then you can say, but can my actions make those kids feel more welcome and included in this family? Yes. Can it cost me $10 or I could get a teddy bear because you said they're all under 5? Send them one gift, and your act of kindness is going to help you grow as a person, and it's going to help those kids feel more included. It's not about the parents. It's about your interaction with some kids in a new environment and in a blended family and what you can do to make them feel more at home. And I think that is a beautiful thing, and this is a great opportunity for you.
It's what Jesus wants you to do. And, it is his birthday after all.
Yep, facts.
And Santa would want you to do it too.
Okay.
Both Santa and Jesus are down with kindness.
They got a group text together. They're like, hey, don't be an a-hole this Christmas.
The Bert Show.